well. Oh, that's Daisy in the garden. Wow, it's a good job it's like after 9. So I am, yeah, today I need to edit my upload from yesterday. It's edited, I just need to do a thumbnail for it, so I'm going to do a thumbnail for it in a minute. And then I am going to get ready because I'm meeting a friend for a coffee this morning. And then after that, I'm going to have a go at some framing, I think. So I will get the coffee and then I'll show you a bit of a stitchy update as to what I got done last night. So I'll let Daisy in now before she wakes up all the neighbours. I'll catch you in a minute. I just thought I'd show you my stitchy progress that I got done last night. I only stitched for a couple of hours. I didn't get an awful lot done really. I was really tired last night. So I'll put in a picture of where I was before, and yeah, this is where I've got to now. So the plan is obviously later on today to work my way or continue with those greens, because obviously then I'll come back into confetti on the side of his body as we sort of do his chest and his face. I'm looking forward to finish his face up actually. That'll be nice because I haven't done his eye yet and his eye looks amazing. So I'm looking forward to, or his eye will look amazing rather. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that looks a little bit later. So I'm going to go and edit the thumbnail and get this yesterday's vlog up for you. So I just used PicMonkey to edit with, so it's nothing too drastic in terms of, you know, software. I kind of signed up for a yearly subscription with it. I want to use the old version because I like to do the collages. Oh, there's a collage up there. So I'm going to open up that. My system's so slow. And then I'll come back and, aha, here we go. Just open a collage for me. I'm going to take the Facebook cover version, so I'm going to go for that one because I think I want more photos in it. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go that this time. So I need to then import the pictures that I want. So I'm just going to go to that top button and then I can add my images. And I've already imported these, so I know they're in my hub. And then all I need to do is just literally click and select the images that I want, but I need both hands. So my images are in, so then it's just a case of selecting which ones to go in where. So if I put this big one in here, so this is my diamond painting one. Let's see how much I can get on. So I was watching Bendy Stitching Michelle Garrett while I did this, so let's see if we can get any of her on there. So there's me diamond painting. I don't want to lose too much of me doing what I'm doing. And then I've got some stitching progress to go in. I have got, so that's there. I've got a picture of Daisy to go in and my dinner. Oh, I need another picture, don't I? I need to go and find another picture, bear with me. There, so I finished editing my thumbnail now, so I'm getting a bit more technical with this now, I'm getting better. So I've got my heart under there as like an underlay for the writing, because what I've been finding on some of them is that the writing doesn't stand out, so I've worked out how to put the graphics in today. So that is my screenshot, well, my thumbnail, so you can have a look for that. So I am now going to get this video up, and hopefully if you haven't seen this, you'll go back and watch yesterday's. So I'll catch up with you soon. Take care, bye. So I've had a lovely coffee with my friend. We sat outside. It's It's unseasonably warm today, so according to my temperature gauge in the car, it's actually 21.5 degrees, so it's really mild. So I'm just going to run into Hobbycraft now. So I'm chasing Hunter Green DMC thread. I'm just going to move this out of the sun a bit. So last time I was in, they didn't have it. Now I really don't want to have to order it online because then I'll have to buy something else. And then I've also just watched Luda, cross-stitching with Luda, and she had this really nice, like it was a Class and Glassman stitching lap frame, which I really like the idea of. Now I've had a look online. I don't think I'm going to be able to get one easily, but I'm going to have a look and see if they've got anything in Hobbycraft that would look a bit like that. So let's go and have a little look and see if I can get my Hunter Green DMC thread, and let's have a look at some of the lap frames offerings that they have. I'll put my teeth back in, and then yeah, I'm going to head home and have a look at some framing. So I'm looking for 895. It's hit. They still don't have any in. Oh God, they're driving me nuts. Space is empty for it. That is so frustrating. So they've not had that colour in for weeks. So it looks like it's going to be an online job, doesn't it? But while I'm here, I'm going to have a look. Let's see if they've got any like lap stands or anything like that. So my Hobbycraft is a bit rubbish, to be fair. Like they have bits and pieces of everything, but like never like the full amount. So when I was knitting, I was never able to get circular needles in my size from here. So it's never much good. But this is like their cross stitch offering, like literally. That is it. So they are advertising like little lap frames online, but I can't see any there. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be getting one of those from here today, which is a bit of a shame. Bloody Hobbycraft. The bane of my life. Anyway, let's go home. See, now they've ruined my day. They've actually ruined my day now. So why do we have like shops like Hobbycraft, and I've gone on a Hobbycraft rant before, and I'm sorry because I'm going to do it again, but like seriously, all of these shops that Hobbycraft have put out of business by doing things like on the cheap. Where's this dude going? Thank you. Doing things on the cheap, and then like not stocking everything. So like when I think about like all of the cross-stitchy shops that used to exist that have now gone out of business because of places like Hobbycraft, like if you're going to do something, at least do it properly. So anyway, Wind Rover. I think it's hot as well. I mean, I think the heat, I'm going to put my window down a bit. I think the temperature's got to me a little bit as well. So I don't think that's helping. So just to let you know that this is all hands-free, this setup, because I know people often get a little bit strung out when people are kind of vlogging in the car. I'm not touching the phone, I'm not holding it. It's kind of connected on a holder in my air vent. You know, it's all very like, I'm not going to be like causing, you know, an accident or anything like that. It's no different to actually having somebody in the car and you're chatting with them anyway. So I am going to head on home now, and yeah, with it being so nice actually, and it is still really warm, I'm going to take Daisy for a walk, and then I'm going to have a look at the framing. So while I was over near Hobbycraft, I've also been into prior to that to see about my sofa for my kitchen. So I ordered a sofa. Let me put that window up because it's going to make me noisy. So I ordered a sofa, a grey one, for my kitchen a few months ago, and I've checked online this morning and it's actually due in. So I'm quite excited about that. So I'm going to get the sofa in probably about, well, next week I think. So I was checking with the guys in there, and he said, well, if online it's saying the 12th, which is like 2 days from now, yeah, you might actually have it for the weekend possibly, or into early next week, which is great because obviously I am planning still on going away for a few days. So by the time I get back, I might
be ready to take delivery of a new sofa, which is still exciting. So so yes, I'm going to take Daisy for a walk, and then I'm going to have a look at maybe having a look to see how to frame one of the cross stitches. I mean, I certainly won't get them all done today, that's for sure. I might not even get one done, but I do want to have a look at that. Yeah, and then just spend the rest of the day really, I don't know, I might do a bit more diamond painting. I really do want to stitch actually. I think I'll stitch, and then yeah, yeah, because I would have really have liked a lap frame like Luda's. Oh god, blooming floss tube and the internet is such a flipping nightmare, isn't it, for like enabling. So yeah, I would have liked it because it saves me humping my Monster X frame across to the static, and it's not a biggie, it's not a big deal, but it's a big piece of kit and it takes up a lot of room. So it would have been nice not to have to like hump it over, but obviously I'm going to have to, seeing as though freaking Hobbycraft have let me down again. But anyway, I'm going to stop complaining now, and I am going to have a cup of tea and take Daisy out. I'll catch you soon, guys. Bye. So I'm just on Amazon now having a look at some lap frames. So there's one here with a pretty good write-up that is a reasonable price. Now, that could get this tomorrow, but obviously it probably won't turn up till God knows what time, which will delay me getting across to the East Coast. But yeah, no, it's got a reasonably good score as well, so I might go ahead and order that, I think. Give it a go anyway, do you know what I mean? At least I can give it a go. Oh, there's Daisy. What's she doing? What you doing? What you doing? Go and get that dog. Go and get that dog. Come on, Daisy. Go and get it. So yeah, it's glorious. It's absolutely glorious today. So I've managed to get my doors on the back here partially opened. Not fully. I mean, I could do, but I've just opened them a little bit. So Daisy can just go in and out as she likes. She loves that, don't you, Daisy? You enjoy that? Yeah, there she is. Hi. Okay, so we're going to do this. I'm just putting it out there that this is the first ever attempt of framing that I have done, so I have absolutely no idea whether or not this is going to work. So, you know, if you see it and you've got any tips or tricks that might help me out, I'd be most grateful. I have visions of you all screaming down your laptops or iPads or TVs at me that I'm doing it wrong. So I'm going to go with this frame. So this is one that I got from the range the other day, and I'm going to frame my Harry Potter piece in this. So I'm not sure if it's going to look okay. I'm hoping so. So I've got just standard sewing machine cotton, because obviously I really don't use my sewing machine very often and I need to find a use for it. So I'm going to try and lace it. So this is the plan. I'm going to try and lace it and stretch it. I might have to give it a run over with the iron actually first, so I'll probably go and do that, and I'm probably going to mount it on foam core board, and then obviously then lace it. So I'm going to go and give this a quick rub over with the iron, and then I'll be back in a moment to try and dismantle the frame and see what we can do. Okay, so let's have a little look at dismantling this frame then and see what we've got option wise, because I didn't have a good look at them while I was in the range, so I'm hoping they're gonna be usable and work. So I've got the back of it, and then so that gives me sort of a bit of a rough idea of the size of foam core that I need to cut anyway. So, and then it does have glass in this one as well, which is good, because some of the ones that I've got don't, it's like more of a plastic, so that's quite a decent frame to be fair. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my foam core and then measure the rough size versus this piece of paper that I've taken out. So I'll be back in a couple of moments. Oh god, do you know what, it's such a nightmare. Do you know what, I have no idea really how to cut foam core. And then I'm kind of hoping as well that it will go in the frame, because it's quite thick. So it may be a case of I end up coming back and using cardboard. So I don't know yet. So I'm going to get a rough idea for my corner, and then I can get a ruler in, can't I, too. So if I mark that edge there and that one there at the top, I kind of know how big a square I need to draw for this. So it's sort of there to there, should do it, and there to there. So I think I'm probably going to get my Stanley knife on it, well, my crafting knife, and just cut along the edge of this ruler. I think that might give it the neatest edge. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure how to cut foam core. So, you know, rather than look online and get it right, I'm just winging it, guys. I'm winging it. So bear with me. I'm going to go and get my craft knife. So I'm going to try and cut it this way. We will see. If it's too thick, I'll have to just... Ooh, oh, it's not cutting too bad. I'm cutting it on my self-healing mat, which I think for something like this is an absolute must. So I'm hoping that I've gone through it enough. So I'm pressing quite hard. Bear with me, I'm going to turn this round and cut it towards me, because trying to cut long ways is not... Have I gone through? I don't think I've pressed hard enough. Let me just attempt this again. Metal ruler's really useful. Let's see. I've gone through that one. I've gone through. Hey, hey, hey. Woo! It's quite a good edge as well. So I'm quite pleased with that. I've done quite well. So all I need to do really is just try and smooth this edge off, because yeah, I might just sort of shave a bit off it right now and just undersize it slightly, because I think that might help possibly. So I'm just going to undersize this a little bit. So unfortunately, after all that, and not really surprisingly, I'm not going to be able to get the back on. So, you know, if you were to try and then stretch these frames of it, it just makes it too thick, which is... It's a huge shame, because I was going to try and use the board to like pin and things like that, but there's just not enough depth in this particular frame if you want the glass in, which you don't have to, but to be honest, I can't get the glass out, so I tried that as an option, but it just won't come past the catches. So I've got a piece of cardboard, so I'm going to go with the cardboard instead for it and kind of work with that as the mount. But it's just one of those things, isn't it? It can't be helped. So I'm going to go and cut this down to size, and then we'll start working with the piece. So I'm just in the process of wrapping the piece around the cardboard. It's not the thickest cardboard, which is a bit of a shame, because had I known prior to this, whilst I was in Hobbycraft, I would have picked up some thicker card, but you know, we're going to have to make do, I think. So it's kind of in position to where I would roughly want it to be, and yeah, I'm just going to start to sort of get it even if I can a little bit. What I might do is just provisionally put a little bit of sellotape on here, just so I can start lining it up a little bit better, just so I know that, you know, as I sort of make this crease here, that I'm completely happy that it's straight at the front. I don't want it to be sort of uneven and not straight. So I'm going to do that first, just so I can sort of cross-reference with the front, sort of where all of this is. So I've just pulled a length of the thread off, and I thought I might start in the middle. So I've just taped it there just to sort of hold it. But we'll see. So I just thought if I catch it maybe around there and just sort of like make a like not a knot, but like a loop, because you're going to have to attach it somehow, aren't you? So I just thought if I did that sort of thing and then just stitched back through, excuse me, like that might work. And then I'm guessing you're sort of doing that kind of manoeuvre all the way along. I mean, I'm not sure how much gap you would want to leave. So I'm just going to cut some of these loose threads off. Let me find my scissors. Like I say, they're only going to get tangled, aren't they? Let me just trim those. I could have really done with some thicker cardboard, but we're going to make do because I want an FFO and I want one today. Because having, you know, gone to IKEA and shopped for these frames, I am quite determined that I am going to have a finish. There we go, so I'm laced and trimmed on that side, so all I need to do now really before I then fold the ends in and repeat the other way around is just to make sure that everything is as straight as it possibly can be on the other side. So what I mean is just that I've got it lined, so I just want to measure, so that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 an inch and so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just a little bit uneven. So I'm just gonna slide this down a little bit, and I think that might have worked. Let's see. Excuse me. So it's moved it to 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's perfect. Ah, that worked. I can't believe it. So anyway, it's now the same distance from the top. I mean, it would have been good to have got it pulled tighter, but obviously my cardboard's not thick enough to allow me to put that amount of pressure on it. So this is fine for now. What I would do is buy some like mount board. They do have it in my favourite shop. So next time I'm over that way, I might get some. But you know, this is fine for now. I may reframe it later just so I can pull all of these creases really tight, because I would like to do that, because it's not as taut as I would want it to be. But you know, for the sake of today, I'm now just going to go ahead and repeat. So I just need to make sure these corners are well tucked in, so they're nice and neat. And then I'm just going to lace from top to bottom, and I'll be back when I've done that. I'll catch you in a little while. Okay, so we're laced. So lessons learned from this stage for me is, firstly, I need stronger cardboard, so I need some thicker mount board. And secondly, I actually do have it already. I have some pearl cotton, which to lace with would have been far better, because this sewing machine cotton was prone to tangling, and also it was hard to pull and get loads of tension. But in terms of what I've got, I think it's not too bad. I mean, I would like it pulled tighter, which is why I will use the pearl cotton and I'll use the foam board, the mount board next time. But I'm going to go ahead and put this in the frame and we can see what it looks like. So I will come back and polish the glass later, but you know, for the interest of, you know, getting this finished, I actually just want to pop it in the frame so you can have a look and see what it looks like. But yes, it fits, which is the all-important thing. Ta-da! There you go! I have my first ever FFO'd cross-stitch piece, and I can't get it in the camera to show you. How cool is that? I'm really, really pleased. So yeah, finally I have the Harry Potter piece in a frame. As I said, I will come back and sort of stitch it, lace it, but actually, do you know what, in all fairness, that doesn't look too bad. Maybe I won't. But there we are, finally, a frame piece. So excited. I'll catch you soon, guys. Bye. Hello. I just thought I would come on and Daisy's just been for a walk. She's panting. Are you warm, Daisy? Hey? I think she's kind of, what, you warm, aren't you? I know. It's been such a fab day today. It's been awesome. So I am now going to get organised for tomorrow, because obviously I'm going to go away to the East Coast tomorrow. And yeah, so this will be the last upload that I do until I get back. So obviously I'll try and get some footage of bits and pieces that I do over there. There probably won't be a lot. I'm going to stitch and I'm going to diamond paint, really. So I'll show you progress over those few days that I'm there. But yeah, I mean, it's getting on for just gone 5 o'clock, so I do want to do some dinner. I want to spend some, some quality stitching time. So so yeah, I will show you what I get done tonight in the upload that you'll see at the weekend, and then obviously we'll head across to the East Coast. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to get there. I'm not sure what the weather's going to do. I do believe there's a storm coming, so that might not be great, but it is what it is. We're going to chill out for the last few days, so I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm pleased with what I've managed to get done. So I've managed to do a bit of diamond painting, I've got some stitching done, I've got frames, I've done a framed piece, so I'm really delighted with that. So I feel as though I've accomplished quite a bit in these few days. Look at her in shot. But yeah, I'm going to, steady on girl, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I hope you've been enjoying these. I've really enjoyed doing them for you guys as well, and to be honest, it's motivated me to do a little bit more as well, because I probably would have bought the frames but then sort of left them sitting there and not done anything with them. So I'm glad that I have done this, and there'll be another one for you probably Sunday night, maybe Monday morning, depending on what time I get home at the weekend. But you take care until then, guys, and I'll catch you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.